we're going to be asking the same questions that we, typically ask in everything, but hopefully everything here will want to interact again. Let's see. Come on. Chairs and set them over here. Here, I'll get that one before you get over. See those lights? I'm supposed to walk to them and the sign's going off. So if they go off, not you or me who's doing it. Okay. I'm going to add some important in here, which really all I mean by tests is my equipment is not going to work with me home as well. It didn't go off that bad. This is my mom. She came over to visit and say hi. Can you say hi back to her? We don't know if there's anybody here for sure yet or not. We'd really like to know. So if someone is here, could you touch the metal antenna sticking up on the little black boxes and make one of them go off for us right now, please? I do want to say that I think it's ironic. I had a pain in my back right before it said Thomas, because Thomas died in a car accident where his spine was broke. He, I'm saying this for the record on here, that my great-grandfather died from a car accident where he flew from the vehicle and broke his back on a rock and
See?
Trying to think of how to do this because I have to angle everything in. Alright, there's the 2 chairs and a wheelchair sitting in here.
Okay. Do you need that?
Nah, not right now, I don't think.
Yes.
That does not react.
What?
Now see, and I wasn't recording. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, watch.
I wasn't recording.
I thought maybe it was me.
No. It has to be, something has to break the electromagnetic field. And see, like I said, I wasn't recording it. It did the same thing to me down in the basement.
I wouldn't go down the basement.
Remember when I used to tell you I had the recorder going, as soon as I turned it off, it started getting active? They know, they're aware. The lights are actually right between where I'd be sitting and where you're at. So if they go off over there, we'll see them. The camera won't pick up the ones on the side, but you'll be able to hear it if it does. Okay. I'm going to switch everything over to night vision. Easier said than done, evidently. This is my mom. She came over to visit and say hi. Can you say hi back to her? I hate to ask you to do me favors already, but we don't know if there's anybody here for sure yet or not. We'd really like to know. So if someone is here, could you touch the metal antenna sticking up on the little black boxes and make one of them go off for us right now, please? Okay, I'll do a little spirit here. Spirit. Christmas tree in the corner. This is called a perilous. You can affect it and cause it to say things, one word, 2 words at a time, to help kind of start to get your message across. Would you do that for me, please? Could you interact with that? And it says Maine, M-A-I-N. Are you referring to this room? If this room is the main room, because it kind of is. I want to make note that I thought that I heard footsteps. Maybe out in the gym stage area. Are you coming into this main room? Is that what's going on?
Family.
Family. I haven't seen that on there before. I invited family. And we are family. So, are you letting us know that you're a family member of ours?
Wagon.
It says wagon. W-A-G-O-N.
Is it a green wagon with,
I'm getting cold chills now.
that was me,
Okay.
was it, red wagon with green sideboards with a rope string?
Basement.
It says basement. Well, I'll tell you now that if you're trying to get us to go to the basement, I'm not doing that. Not with Mom. You and I have been, through that before. She does not need to go down to the basement. So, sorry, I felt for a second like a bug bite or something. And it felt like you know how like a mosquito bite is? It felt like a mosquito bite on my back. Which would be damn interesting considering that it's late December.
Ag.
It says add. A-D-D.
Are you referring to when I said that Gaddis was G-A-D-D-I-S, Maddie was M-A-D-D-Y? To one of the kids the other night? What do you do here all day when there's nobody here?
Quiver.
Quiver. What is it? Does that mean like arrows or does that mean like shiver?
You mean shiver or a bow with an arrow?
Because I was having a cold chill right as it said that, but I don't know if it means, like, I don't know what quiver means exactly.
Quiver means to shake, chill. And quills, I assume,
Yeah, because quivering means like doing that.
That's what it was doing.
Are you with the one that's making that quivering feeling up and down my back right now?
Thomas.
Thomas. Okay. Well, this has been saying it's family, and it says Thomas now, and I had my great-grandfather was named Thomas, and I resemble him a lot. Are you Thomas?
Enemy.
Enemy. So it says enemy.
Is there any way that Abigail could come through? This is Mary, Marvin's wife, to come down to see you in Raritan. And you really like me, can you come through to talk to me and Chad?
Is there anybody with us that has a message for either I or Mom, either one?
Which?
It says which, like it's asking which one.
Does it say which?
Which, like which of us?
W-H-I.
CH, yeah. Either one of us. If there's somebody here that wants to say something to Mom, I'm sure she would be interested in hearing it.
Horses.
Horses. That makes me think of Megan.
This is Mary, I never had any one of yours. Are you talking about Molly? Abby, me and Marvin's got a little granddaughter named Cora. It's named after you. Do you know that?
Those.
Those. I do want to say that I think it's ironic I had a pain in my back right before it said Thomas, because Thomas died in a car accident where his spine was broke. He, I'm saying this for the record on here, that my great-grandfather died from a car accident where he flew from the vehicle and broke his back on a rock in a stream. It says 2.
What does it say?
2.
He broke 2 bones? Where's Tom at?
I just heard the recorder that I'm holding crackle really loud. and I ain't moved. Almost sound like something was crunching, like squeezing the top of it.
Legs.
Legs.
Okay, Abby, but please let me know that it's you, like, tell me what you said you saw.
That was my phone. Sorry. Well, I don't think that,
Leather.
leather. I don't know what that has to do with anything.
Are you referring to reins on a horse? Where you hold the horse to plow the fields? When you and Tom was out in the field and you was holding the reins?
Add.
It says add again. Originally, this big room that we're in was 2 different classrooms.
Vacation.
What? Vacation.
I seen
Vacation. It's VACCACION. I don't even think that's English.
you. Sounds like German or Indian.
Like vacation. I have no idea. But anyway, I'll have to figure out what that means later. Where we're sitting, I think, used to be room 1. Because this was a room that is in cam view. Over on the side behind the camera was another room. Then that one was is labeled 3 and 4. Upstairs, directly above the steps, is 5. Then room 6 with the net, 7 in the back corner, 8 in the other back corner, and room 9. This room that we're in was probably room 1. It had been the first one that you come into when coming in the door from the stage.
Fear me.
Fear me. Ah, yeah, okay. First of all, I don't need to fear anything. Second of all, I definitely don't fear you.
Happy, this is Mary. When I was a teenager, I came out, I loved you, and you married me. So rest in peace. And I didn't know Tom, so Tommy, rest in peace too.
And then I'll start something else. Right there along the door is a REM pod that went off. We were standing at the table over here. I was against the post, Mom was still at the chair, and that thing went off on its own over 10 feet away. Am I lying?
Nope, you're telling the truth.
Alright. Were you a teacher here at one point? Weird. Like, it feels like there's a hot spot right here beside me. Like, everything around me is cold, my hands are cold, my arms, all my skin feels cold, but like right here in this area, and there's a window there. Like up here it's cold, down there to the floor it's cold, but right in here is a hot spot. I can feel it on the back of my arm. Was you a student here at one point? Was you a student here at one point? Well, the first night that Rick and everybody was down here, and we all did one big one together, you know, we were walking down through there in the basement, and there's several ladders laying on the floor in that hallway down there. And as we was walking through, I heard someone whisper ladders, and that was with my own ears. I didn't have these at the time. But I heard something clear as day say ladders. I just heard a voice there. Who's here with us right now? It's muffled really bad. I said mom. I think. It sounded like it said mom. Did it again. Hear it? Twice it said mom. What's your name? How old are you? I kind of saw you almost like 3 and 5 or 35. A big person? Who's a big person? Chad. Hear it?
What? Yeah. That's all.
Alright, well, somebody's already picking at me. That's what it does usually with this app, like it'll single me, you know, start saying stuff about my weight.
Is this Daryl? Daryl Gaddis. I'm fine, how are you? I'm fine. I'm your mommy, what, right? Who's calling mom?
I said go back home.
Go back.
Home.
You want me to leave?
Couldn't make that out. Pure, it says pure evil, but I don't believe that. Can you please speak more clearly? Now twice I thought, first time I didn't say it, I heard it twice, I think it said Frank. I said my name, but then I couldn't make out what else it said. It said Frank again. Frank. That sounded like his voice. I remember what his voice sounded. That sounded just like him. I got chills up my back. I'm having some cold chills.
Just like most of my breath.
That last one, I couldn't make out the words, but it sounded like his voice. That's weird. Chad. Just said Chad again. I think it said something special when it said Dad. Double. I heard the word double. Be good. Here it goes big, and this is good. Now, Frank, I want to say that I did have a love for you. I may not have agreed with everything that you did and how you did it, and I don't know why you did it. But you were fairly good toward me, and I know that I'm not perfect. So I try to forgive and forget some of the stuff. And that was pretty loud. I don't have the chemical room up and set up yet.
I hear that.
Hang on, let me switch on
Okay.
real quick here. Get locked in really good because it's kind of. Yeah, the light switch down there. If you need me to, go down and turn it on real quick.
That's okay. I can do it just slow.
Trying to also make sure I'm bracing you with my elbow. You got it?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's see here.
Wherever you want to go, that's where we'll
Try to
go.
sit right in the middle.
Okay.
So.
I'll wait right here on
You'll
you.
get dizzy. You don't feel dizzy. See how close I am to that thing? Not going on.
Yeah. Maybe somebody shoved a little kid off that stage and hurt him. Hear me?
I'm just going to let you know. I still feel like a whole other world when I go to shut these stage lights off.
Oh.
There's no windows in here except those. And it's dark as hell outside. So you're not going to see hardly anything in here. I mean, you'll be able to see some in our direct area because I have the blue lights on. But that's it.
Okay, I'll be real close to you. Yep. Yep.
Okay, well, I got no night vision, I guess. Damn it. I think I heard a faint whisper. It sounded like at least a couple of words, but it was faint. So I'm just kind of curious. If you're land spirits, if you've been here for many thousands of years or hundreds of years, then do you have any understanding of the Bible, of Genesis, of Revelation, beginning and end?
Is there any kind of warning you could give us about something that's gonna happen?
Someone had intended for me to have Mom come here, or knew she was coming here at some point, to do this with me tonight, because something had mentioned her on a previous recording in here. Now she's here. You have an opportunity to say something to her directly without my involvement. So show me what you got.
Let's do the counting game on three, let the lights light up. 1, 2, 3.
It almost pisses me off.
Try to make it better, but this.
Like I said, it does. It almost pisses me off because it's doing stuff when there's nothing going.
Yeah, every time the camera.
Every time we've had our equipment off, stuff's happened, but not when it's on.
Let's just protect.
Is it just that you're a coward? Too much of a puss to actually show yourself? Too scared of what that might mean? Come on, do something. Don't just wait until afterward when I'm here by myself to try to do it. Do something now. I'm right here. Do something now. Fear me, my ass. Satan. I've heard you whisper stuff like that. I've heard you said stuff like that to me on my recorders, on my camcorder, on my ghost box. All of the equipment that I've had, I've gotten those responses with. But when I'm right here and I'm saying do something, you won't because you're a fucking coward. But I know exactly who I serve, and you ain't it. If you as a teacher, and you as a good person, you know what I'm saying? You have the opportunity to let that be known that you loved what you did. I heard talking. I think. At least it sounded like it. Just say something. happened to me down in the basement one time in there. Like I said, it's not, and wants to toy. I'm not interested in toying. I'm not interested in that at all.
Scanning.
I'm turning this on. And I'm gonna turn on the Bluetooth. Starting on.
Talent on. Ready to pair. Paired. Pair me.
It says fear me again right out of the gate. Would you be able to tell me what your favorite sport was? Did you like kickball or basketball or baseball?
C.
Seat. Are you sitting in the bleachers? What do you do all day here? When you come back here?
Early.
Early.
Water.
Water. Thank you. Yeah, you're coughing. Maybe I can go and I think they might have some bottles of water.
Sorry about the call. Where are you at? Leaving out in a sec.
I might have to check that camcorder battery here soon. Let's
Below.
try below. Yeah. What do you mean by below? Are you talking about the basement again?
Indicate.
Indicate. So that means, yeah. What does indicate mean? Basement. I got cold chills again. I told you, and I meant it. I'm not going down to that basement, and Mom is not going down to that basement. So if you want to interact, and you're in that basement, and then instead. Yep, I was actually going to say, instead of us going down there, you're going to have to come up here. That's crazy. I literally was just getting ready to say, come up here instead. I thought I saw a flashing light behind me.
See, that's what I see up here. I see.
And I mean, like at first I saw that, I know to see this glare here. But like back here behind me, I thought I saw a flash of light too. Now I'm looking, I'm like, where did that come from? I don't see
To
it.
stop.
You stopped. Oh, well, what did I stop doing?
Yellow.
Yellow. called somebody yellow earlier. I said they were a coward. Is that what you mean?
Unlock.
Unlock.
Something just touched my head with the earbuds. I guess.
Unlock. Oh, son of a bitch. I went down. I got it on that live stream I was doing earlier. I went through the building on that live stream and I opened up the doors to make sure everything was open. There was only one that I went to that was locked, and it was the men's basement. That one in the far back where I said I keep having negative stuff happen. The only one that was locked.
What's it say?
It says unlock on there right now.
For you to unlock it.
I guess. I don't know. Is that what you meant? Are you still talking about the basement? About the door being locked? I heard a whisper. I got my thing planted right straight up in here, so it had to be somewhere in this area that the whisper came from.
Diego.
Diego. Makes no sense at all that time. Diego. What do you mean by picked? I don't... I don't know what you mean. I might have to check that battery soon or it's going to go dead and I'll lose everything we've got.
Yeah. What's the flashlight?
Oh, I'm good. I can practically see in the dark at this point. I can switch it really fast to the other one. I may not record very long. Oh, you okay? Yeah. I thought it was underneath me and then I said quit. I was just going to say I'm going to switch it. I said I'll switch it real quick.
Yeah.
Didn't I?
Yeah.
I went to sit down. I thought the chair was underneath me and it was like it was gone.
But it ain't moved.
It was probably just me miscalculating because it's dark.
But, I mean, the chair ain't moved from where you had it.
You think that was funny when it just happened?
Jim,
You'll get it
what is
there.
this?
Huh?
What is that?
Some kind of little baseball ball or something.
Jeremy.
It says Jeremy. Doesn't it? Sounds like it's me. That's Jeremy.
Are you Martin? Marvin, this is Mary. Talk to me. Be careful with walking stage.
I know. I can see the edge of it. See what I'm saying? Look at this shit. I'm right here by it, and it's not going off. Is that one?
Is that was that it? Second one.
This one's going off. And it stops. I don't know if I even got that all on camera or not. Is another one doing it? What the fuck?
What is it, Chad?
It's that.
There was 2 or 3 of them, sound like an arcade game. But that one right there went on too.
Look, I'm right above it. And you have to damn near touch it to get to go off.
Well, there was a spirit walking along the stage, because I seen it right there. Right? There, when I called you. I wouldn't have called you, but 5 foot 6 or something like that. And that one just went off down there.
What, the last one?
No, the one right there, honey.
It went off again?
It just went off.
I'm gonna hop down. See, she said she saw what looked like a shadow figure standing about right here. Can you tell me why you're over here? Can you make one of these go off again right now?
Said Jeremy.
Come on, make it go off again. Nah, I didn't think so. You alright, Mom?
Yeah, right there, when I called you.
Hang on, I'm gonna stop it.
When I hollered at you, you was over to the right side of the room in there, and I couldn't see you. And I hollered at you, and there was, that thing went off, but the light wasn't on, the noise was like a telephone. I thought it was your telephone. And right here, wait a minute,
I'm putting my recorder down for a
right
second.
there where the stage is white,
Yeah.
right here in this vicinity, right there, there was like a shadow of a person standing right there. Like it had a coat on and everything.
Huh. Well, the REM pod started going off right as you were saying it too.
Yeah, and it was there.
And what's crazy, like I said, now think of this, when I was down there putting that one down, on this far end, I was putting the REM pod down, this one all the way at this end was going off by where she saw the shadow. And then when I was standing over here trying my best to get that one to go off, this one in here
The second one.
was almost overheating, it was going off so much. And it did it 2 different times. With me nowhere near it.
Or me.
Or Mom, she's sitting here, she's staying here in this spot, you know. So, I don't want to say much, but I had the camcorder sitting on the tripod in that basic area where you said you saw a shadow figure. The very first time that I ever got a really strong word come through that said Satan.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, now I had
Now-
no way of knowing that.
I do want to say this though, don't let that scare you. Because I've heard that and I've multiple times out here, and this place is not that bad. I mean, if you think this place is bad, this ain't nothing, man. The Ashmore Estates, that place is fucking evil.
Yeah.
Compared to here, this place is a cakewalk. Whatever's here likes to kind of poke around and, you know, cause a little bit of mischief, type of deal. Make you think, well, what the hell? Why won't it just work with me? But it doesn't really do any harm.
Yeah.
It never has. You know, it's all talk and no bite, basically, is what I'm saying. And that's something that not to be too concerned about.
Right here, I could see the white stage. At the end of it right there was a shadow. Now I can't see the shadow, the stage, or anything. Remember?
Yeah. But see, I point it out when I hear it, because when I'm going back through, I'll listen to that spot again. And I'll be like, oh, this spot is where I heard something. So I'll rewind it and kind of clip it and listen to it over and over again until I can figure out what was said. So that's why I always do that. I always let myself know when I think I've heard talking or something of that nature.
So I heard a little whine.
A what?
A little whine. Like could have been like a puppy or a little kid. It just went,
Are you okay here for a minute? Yes. I'm not leaving the gym, I'm just gonna walk around the circumference. While I was setting this one, the light was going off, of course, and then it stopped going off and I kept hearing chirping. Well, all the way down there at the other end where that one is, all the way down there, it was going off. And then, when I came back up from there, this one started going off like crazy. Who are you? I didn't mean to insult you. But at the same time, man, I want to know who you are, what you are, and what you're capable of. Is there anything that you can tell me about world events that I should know? I don't know if the box said something, Chad.